Welcome back to Outriders. I'm just going to start with dun dun dun. The developers got caught out. They tried stealth nerfing a mod in the game and everyone found out. They kicked off, so it's now been reverted and put under "this wasn't intentional. We're sorry, we made a mistake." I don't believe it was a mistake. I believe it was an intentional change, because going from 20 seconds down to 10, how comes it wasn't 12, 15? Every time you get a kill, you get 25% bonus weapon damage, stacks 3 times and lasts 20 seconds. That got nerfed to 10 seconds, and all of a sudden, they had to change it because it was an unintentional thing, and they put it back to how it was before. But a lot of people were kicking off about it, and then all of a sudden they did their maintenance to change it back. Not only that, but they've had to do 2 maintenance since this patch. The first one was because armor and survivability was all over the place. Survivability was an absolute joke. Everyone was being one-shot. I don't know how they managed to mess it up so bad. And when they say they had to sort out the armor, it wasn't anything to do with us being too squishy. It's because a few players will now have a couple of armor pieces that have 25k plus armor. When you're level 50, it drops typically, I'm going to say 9.5 to 10.5k armor at base. Well, people that managed to get on before they did the maintenance to fix that, they were getting drops with like 25k plus armor as a base armor stat on their pieces of gear. It's now been fixed. It instantly got fixed. There was no waiting around for this one. And the gear pieces, as far as I'm aware, are still on the players that managed to get hold of them, and I don't think they'll ever be changed. Or they might be in the next patch, which might be in another month's time or something. But the second maintenance was to sort out killing spree, and to sort out, I think something went wrong with people being downed. But there are also, or there has been, issues with people not being able to log in on Xbox. And the very first thing they said was, try this, this will fix it. Players had to go into their settings, they had to delete their cache or reset their cache or whatever, then they had to perform a power cycle or a hard reset on their console. People were still complaining, they couldn't sign in. And that's where the stupidity, I don't know how else to word it, but basically what the developers said was, for those players that can't log in, create a new character and then switch to your other character and play. Excuse me, how were you supposed to create a new character if you can't make it to the lobby? There is no way to make a new character because people can't sign in. I don't know, the worst thing for me is they play tested this update. They were working on it for weeks. There was a lot of patches or bug fixes or whatever in this update. And let's just say that there's a lot more bugs that have come from it. I've seen people still getting progression blockers on Stargrave. I've seen another funny thing of the patch notes saying they fixed a lot of multiplayer crashes and all that sort of stuff. It reads as you load up the game for the first time after this update. It says, we have fixed a lot of crashes. People are going into expeditions and crashing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to their latest tweet. I'm going to have a look at a couple of the replies. Because for some reason, I haven't experienced a single issue with logging in or anything like that, or crashing or anything since they did the update. So I did get lucky on that front. But I'm not all about myself. This channel was about the community. So we'll look through. This is basically where they've said, the maintenance is now over and any unintended changes to the killing spree mod and revival times should now be reverted. So I think they tried making revives take a lot longer. We additionally use this maintenance to implement a potential resolution to today's Xbox sign-in issues, but we are continuing to monitor the situation. They're at least looking into it. They're not going to make everyone wait another 3 weeks. Someone complains that they can't get into the servers at all after the patch. Someone says every update breaks the game even more. Welcome to games in recent years. The Division 2 was possibly one of the worst for doing an update and breaking more than they fixed. I just find it funny how Outriders has now started doing maintenance to fix the maintenance to fix that maintenance to fix the patch to fix that maintenance, and yeah, you get the picture. Apparently scrap grenades, that mod's not working. Please fix the issue where you can't shoot when you cast an ability. This happens in solo. A lot of people are complaining about being really squishy. I'm not sure if that one's related to emergency stance being fixed. The first expedition I tried after the patch, the game bugged out where I couldn't shoot or use my powers. The second one I tried made it painfully aware that the enemies hit much harder and there is something wrong with the armor. So you all patch the rolled on earthbound weapon, at least make it to where your weapon drops at equals your firepower or something. Why have the 20% increased AR drops as you get everything and you get everything else? I've also seen someone say that for them on the Scorched Lands expedition, which is the one that's a minimum of tier 12, one of the paid ones, they had a bug, like a progression blocking bug on that, so they lost their resources. Someone said their friends list has been deleted. Obviously I've had the crossplay issue where I can't play from Xbox to PC. The gravity leap, I've seen a few people mention this one on the Devastator, is freezing again after you land. There's someone saying, so your patch for fixing multiplayer made it worse, now I can't even play at all. Leader loses connection to all players as soon as he starts an expedition. Someone else mentions the scrap grenade mods, or whatever scrap grenade is. If the team isn't aware, cutscenes and loading screens just turn it off. If the weapon is equipped, you have to restart the whole game to fix it. Someone said changes to gear and armor, but you still haven't fixed the legendary set bonus with Devastator's statue set not being applied to team members. Someone else has a good point. I spoke about this briefly on Discord. I think there's been a massive miscommunication or something. But someone says, why didn't you guys refix the time limit on the expeditions for us? You added a delay in the spawn for monsters though. That's just going to be more time wasted from trying to accomplish the unreasonable time limit you guys have now. Someone's kicking off about stealth nerfs. And yeah, but you get the picture. There's a lot going on in the game that's negative again. I'm just back to being irritated. Just purely because they're trying to stealth nerf. Why? They said when this game was launching, like it was going through its like demo phase, getting ready for release. We want you guys to feel powerful. We understand all your farming and all this sort of stuff. We've got build variety and diversity, all this sort of stuff. And they've just gone back on it. Literally every single thing they've told us, they've gone back on. I personally don't even use Killing Spree. I couldn't care less about the mod. I've got my own mods that I run. I'm not even running a firepower build anymore, so running Killing Spree would be stupid because my guns don't get kills. I use all my skills. But it just doesn't, like, why are they hard? If anything, they should be buffing some of the weaker mods. There are so many mods in this game that could do with a buff, and instead they're trying to stealth nerf. Can they not just leave the fucking players, as if people haven't had a bad time, like a really, really hard enough time as it is, with inventory wipes still being worked on, and I get they're not wanting to corrupt their players or anything. I mean, technically, they've already fucking corrupted the players, because people can't play with their characters. But they're saying they don't want any further corruptions of characters or anything like that. And I mean, that is understandable, but it's been almost a month. You've got a separate team for the restoration. How has it not been sorted? They said they playtested this, and there's so many connection issues with players. I can't connect through crossplay at all. The other day before the patch, at least Pete was able to join me, but now we can't join each other at all. I just don't understand why they're trying to be sneaky. Like, they talk about transparency and communication and people defend them and stuff, and then just look at what they're trying to do. Did they really think they would get away with halving the amount of time you get before your bonus deteriorates with Killing Spree? There is no way it was unintentional, being a bang-on 50% reduction, and that being the only mod that's really been affected. There was one armor set I've seen that had the roles reversed, but people are saying that was just a typo in the beginning, so that's just being corrected. But other than that, Killing Spree was the only one that went dodgy. Do you really think that was an accident? After the amount of people that have made builds around Killing Spree because it's so powerful and it's so much better than Dark Sacrifice. Another thing quickly before we wrap this video up, it's been a long one, is I got a new sidearm. I was running a tier 12 expedition. It's called Bolt and Thunder. I have Disintegrator, which is a revolver, and then Bolt and Thunder is just standard pistols. They both have the same tier 3 mod. Why are there two weapons in the game that have the same fucking mod? There is still a lot this team needs to work on. I don't think they'll ever fix everything. You can't exactly expect that. I mean, we should have been able to expect a fully working game at release, considering it's not live service as a fully released product, and it's got a £60 price tag on it. But we can't expect them to just go around and fix everything, but some of the stuff that needs fixing hasn't even been looked at. And it's funny how we have to wait 3 weeks for a patch, yet as soon as the patch comes out they can do 2 maintenances in a row, literally within a couple of hours. Which leaves me to wonder, why wasn't the sign-in issue for PlayStation fixed way sooner? But I don't know, let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.